we're going to talk about exactly what I did to go from you're a failure, you're a single mom, you're a dropout, you'll never succeed, to this, oh my God, I'm not a failure, I'm starting to get money. So, my name is Angela. Welcome to my channel where we talk about lifestyle, motherhood, entrepreneurship, and everything in between.
So back in 2015,
Here I am with a newborn, broke, confused, no degree, no job. I'm scared to death, I'm anxious, and then I go to Instagram and all I'm seeing is my friends getting jobs, graduating, all moving in with their boyfriend, getting engaged, flying out of the country, and I'm thinking, my God, I'm nowhere close to where my dreams should be. I genuinely felt like a failure and my dreams felt unattainable. First, who would hire me without a degree? Second, I didn't even want to go out. I was so depressed. And even when I did want to go out, all I did want to do was just to drink. And thirdly, I was a single mom at 21. Who would marry me? Who would date me? And these were all thoughts that were going through my head at this point when I'm going and I'm scrolling through.
but I changed all that. This is what I did.
I stopped comparing myself. I realized that when I say a feeling like a failure, it's just a feeling, it's not the truth. The only truth is that I'm comparing myself with somebody else who's doing a lot more with their life than I am. And I'm thinking I could be doing the same thing that this person is doing. And that makes me like feel like a failure because I'm feeling, okay, why is my life not like this person's life? Yet we forget one thing that people are awarded three things in life: resources, opportunities, and connections. Now, you're given all these three things in different proportions. So if you're going out there to compare yourself with this other person, you're doing yourself an injustice because you have not been given the same amount of connections, opportunities, and resources as the other person. And that's what I realized, and I stopped comparing myself. So take, for example, Ariana Grande. She's 29 years old and she's worth what? $200 million. I'm 28 years old and I am not even close to that much money. But here's the thing, she started her career at 15. So where was I at 50 years old? I was growing up. I wasn't even thinking about money, right? So the next time that you find yourself comparing yourself to somebody else, I want you to ask yourself three questions. One, what connections does this person have that I don't have? Two, what resources do they still have that I don't have? And third, what opportunities have they been given that you haven't been given? When you answer this question, you're probably going to start feeling sorry for yourself. And that's going to take us to the next point. I stopped feeling sorry for myself. So that will come about, especially if you're the reason you are where you are in your life. For example, for me, I was given the same opportunities, same resources, same connections as my friends, and I still was feeling behind. I was falling behind, and I felt like a failure because, well, I wasn't at the place where they were that I should have been. You understand me? So for me, what I did was I had to start by forgiving myself because, first of all, I had let down people that had trusted in me, and I was feeling really bad about that, and I was feeling really bad about the decision I had made because had it been not me getting a child, I would have been in some place other than where I was right now. But then that mentality had to get out of me because I made a great decision. I didn't think that killing somebody else because of my decision was best. So I decided to keep my child, and I think it was the best decision I ever made because it made me the person that I am today. Now I am able to strategize. I've grown a thick skin. I learned digital marketing on my own. I have done so many great things because of having a child. And that's why it's important that you don't feel stuck in this point where you're feeling sorry for yourself. You are going to feel sorry for yourself. I'm not going to lie to you. You're going to feel like shit. So I have cried, I have wailed, I have stayed in bed. I'm still feeling like a failure. I'm feeling sorry for myself. And then my mom came up with this idea and she was like, how about you start spending time with people who motivate you rather than demotivate you? You stay with people who are in your predicament but are still striving to get to where their goals are. And I was like, aha. So I started surrounding myself with people who had me motivated all the time. So when this particular girl told me, like, she was a high school dropout and she went for this interview and she got in, that motivated me. And now I started changing my mentality. Like, I'm not a failure. I stopped feeling sorry for myself. I stopped feeling like this was the end of the world. I stopped feeling like, hey, I'm so behind in life because now somebody else came up to me and told me, hey, this thing that you're battling with, it's nothing. You got this. You are not a failure. And because of that, because somebody else believed in me and I allowed myself to be in a situation where I was surrounded by people who are motivating me, that made me now stop psychologically thinking that I was a failure. So now I'm over feeling like a failure. I got a job as a waitress. I'm so excited. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm not a failure. I'm starting to get money.
After I got a job,
I set for myself small little goals that I knew I would achieve. And then once I achieved them, I celebrated those wins like they were major, major goals because that gave me motivation to now move on to the next level of a goal. You know, like if I got 400 tip, I wanted 500. If I wanted 500, then I got it. I went to 600. Slowly by slowly until I got to where I was getting 1,000, 5,000, 2,000. And then finally, I got an appraisal for being the best waitress. And it was like, wow, it was such a small goal that I started with that ended up with such a big goal. And I ended up starting my bakery, starting my blog, being a Pinterest manager, and then eventually becoming a digital marketing manager, and then owning my own business. It started from a small little goal, just enough to change my mindset and to make sure that I knew that I was going to be a successful person one day and that I was not going to ever again feel like a failure. I hope this video helped you guys. Please check out my video before this if you stayed out this long. And